Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus and welcome to Live Stream Tuesday. I hope you guys have had a good week so far and that the weekend was good as well. And hopefully everything's going to work okay tonight. I did start the live stream maybe a minute late or 30 seconds late because I didn't even put the screen that I normally have in front of me so I can see all the comments and stuff. I was just daydreaming. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, hello guys. We have Vince and Carla and Bob and Lisa and Linda and Jeff and Barbara and Shirley and Lisa again and Batfink Reynolds in the house. Hello guys, thanks for tuning in tonight, and let me get you guys up on screen. Hopefully that's all going to work and it's going to be okay. And also at the start of every live stream we also get the names at the bottom of the screen who are my patrons, and here are the names coming across now because they make everything possible on this channel with the analysis videos and these live stream Tuesdays, and you guys know who you are in that comment section as well. So tonight we're going to be playing through a few videos, and we do have some breaking news for this week because the mugs have become available for the Live Stream Tuesday official Wings of Pegasus mug. If you want to get your hands on one of those, you can do. I've tried to pin it to the top of the comment section. I don't know whether it's going to work or not, and I also have to make sure that I can see this live stream somewhere on one of these screens, which I'll have to do during the first video to make sure that this is going live, because that's something that I usually do. But there might be something that you can click on if you do want to get a mug for yourself to enjoy Live Stream Tuesdays with your favorite beverage, then you can do that. I'm still waiting for my mug to come through. I say still, they've only just become available, so it is on the way, and then fingers crossed next week I'll have my mug here with maybe some tea in, maybe some water, depending on what I feel like on the night. But hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. If you could leave a like as you come through the door, that would be massively appreciated. We'll have a really early spike of the likes, and the mugs have spiked the likes on one side of it and then the logo on the other side, so I'll have to hold it up in the live streams when instead of saying it, I can just hold that up when we want to spike the likes. But I also want to get up on screen. We've had a very early donation here from Carla. Thank you so much, Carla. And it's $9.99, and there's no message with that. It's just a straight up donation. So thank you so much for that, Carla. A very early donation as well. And on this screen, this is the third week that I've used the new YouTube Studio live streaming software. Last week, it did actually go quite well, so fingers crossed that this week's going to be okay as well. But I do have something popping up that's telling me about capture top moments, new, create a highlight video. And I don't know why it chooses to pop that up when it knows that I'm live at the moment. The last thing you want to be doing when you're going live is having things popping up and covering up things that you actually need to click on, but hopefully that won't affect anything negatively and we'll be able to continue and it'll all be fine. So we're going to be getting into the first video of the night, and thank you guys over on Patreon for interacting with the post that I put on before the live stream, so I at least have some videos that I can play on these live streams. And this was Sandra that did request the first video that we're going to look at, which is Greed, and we're also going to look at a cover and a couple more originals as always on the live streams. And just to interrupt myself, because we've had a donation from Empress Mermaid of $2. Thank you so much for that. And the message is, "Hi Phil, could use some get well wishes. I've got flu. So get well soon, and thank you so much for tuning in when you're feeling under the weather as well, and thank you for that donation. And I'm sure everybody in that comment section is wishing you well and that you recover from the flu. Is one of those nasty things that is something that you just have to try and get over it by staying in bed, and it's a bit boring really, whereas a cold, sometimes you can get away with still doing stuff with a cold and it's just a bit uncomfortable, but flu really just wipes you out. So get well soon. And we have had another donation, and it's Beanie Angela who has donated $5. So thank you for that, Angela. The message is using my orange mug as a pencil holder. Perfect. So thank you, Angela, for that. And who knows, maybe in the future you might have an official Wings of Pegasus mug that is just out, like I mentioned at the beginning of the live stream. And if you can let me know in the comment section if it is at the top, it doesn't matter too much, but it should be in the tray underneath the video as well. But hopefully it's easy for you guys if it is at the top of the comment section. It's going to be easier to click on than to have to go and find it. But thank you so much for that donation, Angela. And we've had another donation, and this is from Carl, and it's $5. Thank you, Carl. The message is my weekly donation to the Cross the Pond Fund. So thank you for that, Carl. And every little bit helps. I'll stick that away, and we'll see where we are with the Cross the Pond Fund and all of these ideas for PhilCon and all the other things that are going on and all these rumors that are going around. Maybe it'll happen sometime in the future. Fingers crossed, because it certainly would be cool in order to do that and to meet all you guys, even though I think we're probably all over the place, but somehow we will get together and do a live stream actually in person, because that would be really cool. But thank you, Carl, so much for that donation. And Lindsay K has just donated $9.99 as well. So thank you for that, Lindsay. And there's no message with that, just a straight up donation. And thank you for that, $9.99. We've had a couple more that have just come through. Jeannie R has just donated $5. Thank you for that, Jeannie. The message is, wish Phil's mug was on my new mug. So thank you for that. And as I said, if you can click on that at the top of the comments, that is cool. I'm waiting for my mug to be delivered. And I think maybe it comes from Germany or something with Teespring. That's the company that send them out. So it takes a little bit of time to get here in the UK. I think in the USA, they distribute in the USA as well. So maybe some of you guys will get your mug before I get my mug. We will have to see. If anybody does get their mug, message me on YouTube or on Patreon if you are on Patreon, because I'd like to see it, because I haven't seen it yet. I'm still waiting for mine, but fingers crossed it'll be here before next week and I can show you guys live. But thank you so much for that donation, Jeannie. We've had a couple more donations. Sandra has donated $24.99. Thank you so much for that, Sandra. We'll be getting to your video soon, the first one of the night. And the message is, thanks for all the great analysis videos, especially the ones with the guitar demonstrations in them. So no problem, Sandra. And with those ones that I get the guitar out for, it's generally to just try and help people to understand that might not necessarily know a lot about music, but also just to draw your attention to particular parts of a performance. And those videos do take me a little bit longer to do, but I think it's worth spending an extra half an hour or 20 minutes, half an hour just explaining a few things, because it's all about appreciation. And the deeper you can appreciate something on getting an appreciation on a deeper level of something, I think is always better. Because if you are a musician yourself, if you understand something on a deeper level, it means that you can start to apply things to your own playing, which is what it's all about as an artist, taking influences and putting your own spin on it. But thank you, Sandra, for that donation. And we've had another one from Ginger Duran, who has donated $5, and I think that's a straight up donation. I can't see if there's a message with that, but maybe that'll pop up in the future if everything moves along a little bit later in the live stream. But thank you everybody for tuning in. We've got Elusive Rainbow and Lynn and KADJ, and Laurie is in the house. Laurie was here very early on, I think the first in the pre-stream party, because I was just checking that it was all working. And thank you also to everybody. We've got Laurie, like I said, Jeannie, and Rose is in the house as well, and Tara and James Gordon. Hi guys. And we have Tennessee Moppy in the house. So Laura has just donated $10. Thank you for that, Laura. And the message is, Phil, now that you're so popular, how much time are you spending each day answering electronic messages? And I don't have the answer to that question. All I do know is that in December, I was interested just to see how many messages I received, and it was just over 23,000. So double thumbs up for that. And I don't know how long that takes to answer everyone. It's probably quite a few hours every day, but I always want to try and keep up to date with people's messages. The only thing that does start to lag are the emails, because the emails are something that I don't have on my tablet all the time, and I have to go into them, and all the orders and all the emails, and also everything from my website goes to emails. So it means that they do stack up, and I usually can't get through those as quickly as everything else, but I do get there eventually. So if you have sent an email, then I do try and get through those every 2 or 3 days. But like I said, in December, it was just over 23,000 messages. But we're still up to date. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep it up, but it's, in my mind, so much more rewarding to keep up with all of the comments and the messages, so then I know everybody, and I know you guys on a Tuesday night. Because imagine doing a live stream and I didn't know anybody because there's just too many people, and I didn't answer anybody's messages. It would be a bit silly. I'm sure some people do that, and there's nothing wrong with doing it if they want to do it that way, but I just prefer to have a little bit of history and understanding of the people that I'm talking to, because that's how real life works. And I'm from the old school of before the internet, of talking to people in real life, so it's good to know you guys on more of a personal level. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation, Laura. And also, let me just mention the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, because Laura will allow you in there if you want to join that, to get stuck into the after party after these live streams. And Vince hosts that, and I saw Vince in the chat room somewhere, so Vince is definitely in the house tonight as well, so he will be popping up soon. Anyway, let's get into the first video straight after I've just addressed this $1.99 donation by DM, so thank you so much for that. The message is, ever seen Rick Nilsson's crazy guitar collection? And I haven't seen all. I've heard, but I will have to check it out. It's something that I think if I wasn't disciplined, maybe I would fall into the trap of just buying so many guitars. I think already in the background you can only see 2 guitars, or if I move my head slightly one way, which way should I go? You can see 2 up on the wall, and I think there's another 4 or 5 in the corner. So if I went down those lines, then it would be a case of not actually getting into this space, because they'd be all over the place. I'm trying to maybe get more up on the wall, but I've also got 3 on the wall up where you guys can't see at the moment. So yes, a guitar collection maybe. In the future, I'll have somewhere that is just a designated guitar room. That would be cool. You could just go in and look at all the guitars. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation, DM. I'm going to be jumping into this first video now, which is my lyric video for my song called Greed, and this was requested by Sandra over on Patreon. I'm going to be in the comments section as always, in the chat room while these videos are playing, and if you could give this video a thumbs up, that would be fantastic, because we're always trying to get to 200 likes on these live streams, because it really helps the channel to grow and to get all of the live streams out there, as well as the analysis videos. So let's get into this without further ado, and I'll see you guys afterwards. Rock! So that was my track called Greed. I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and that is available on my album, which is called Persistence, and that is on iTunes, Amazon, but you can also get it from my website, which is wingsofpegasus.com and /store. If you want to go straight to the store and grab the album from there, you can also download the single tracks, and I might have a link here that I probably haven't used in ages. There we go, wingsofpegasus.com. It's pretty straightforward once you know the channel, and everything on the internet to do with Wings of Pegasus is pretty much me, is where you'll end up. So that is where you can go to get your hands on the album. Either download it or get a physical copy of the CD if you want to, and I sign them, send them off, and do all that kind of stuff as well. So hello everybody in that comment section, chat room. I should call it the chat room really, because that's what we're doing now on the live stream. We're chatting, and we've just had another donation. I think Rose came in with a donation. Let me bring this up on screen because it was a $5 donation. Thank you for that, Rose. And the message was, because no one has mentioned Phil's hair yet. So thank you for that, Rose. This is something that always comes up, and we had avoided it for almost 19 minutes, 20 minutes of the live stream. So thank you, Rose, for that $5 donation and for bringing up my hair as usual. And we've had another donation from Michaeline, who has donated $9.99. Thank you so much for that, Michaeline. And that's just a straight up donation without a message, but we have had another one that's just come in, and it's Lisa, who has donated $5. Thank you for that, Lisa, again. And the message is, what rock bio books have you read, and which one was your favorite? This is something that I don't really do because I take so long. As you can probably tell, when I'm reading the comments and all of you guys who are messaging in the chat room, thank you guys, everybody in the chat room, for all of the comments and messages. I take so long to read. It's fine if I've got lots of time, but I find that I've got so much time that needs to be spent on other things like practicing. I tend not to read a lot, so I haven't read, I don't think, any biographies. I just watch videos, and especially on YouTube, once I watch a video about one artist, another one will come up, and I think I tend to watch videos about particular artists, and I do it in little sections where I might have a bite-sized chunk of watching 10 minutes of one, and then 10 minutes of another, and then I'll go and do something else, and then I'll come back and watch a little bit more. And Glenn Campbell, for example, once I started featuring him, I mean, I'm talking about probably a year and a half ago, if not more now. But when you look at videos on YouTube, they then suggest other videos, and you get some really cool stuff that comes up, and I'll watch a little bit at a time, but a lot of that goes on. So not reading bios, but with all the research that I do on videos as well, I tend to look at lots of interviews and lots of, I guess, bio videos is what they have on YouTube. So that's what I tend to do more than reading. So I guess Glenn Campbell is one that I have spent a bit of time on that I wouldn't have necessarily looked at previously a lot, because Alice Cooper, of course, whose birthday it is today, is it? I think it's either today or tomorrow or something like that. But he's one of those that, obviously being into hard rock, I'd follow closely, and other guys like Bon Jovi, I think, into hard rock. Bon Jovi is one of those that puts in so much effort, and people might not necessarily understand the amount of work that John Bon Jovi does with organising everything about his tours, all the shows, booking the venues, and he just has a handle on everything. And like I said, I don't read bios, but I do watch a lot of videos on different artists, and especially guys in the 80s. But a little, sidetracked I got with country music and lots of artists along that side of things. But anyway, Lisa, thank you so much for that donation. And to answer it, I haven't read any bios, but I've watched a hell of a lot of videos. But thank you for that donation of $5, and thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. If we get a chance to hit that thumbs up, it would be massively appreciated if we could get a spike of the likes for tonight. We're trying to get to 200 likes, and that is 24 minutes into the live stream that we are at the moment. So we've probably got maybe just under 35 minutes, because we sometimes end at about 1 a.m. We go on for an hour if possible, because it is, well, it was midnight when we started here in the UK, and it gets to 1 a.m, starts getting a bit late, but we will see how long this one goes on for. Who knows? Sometimes I just ramble on for ages and it starts going on for even longer than an hour, but we will see. We've had another donation, and this time it's Linda as well getting involved again. Thank you so much, Linda. The message is, first of all, a $5 donation. The message is, analysis videos this week were extra good, and it's not only because of the guitar, but it helps too. I was definitely blown away more than once. So thank you for that, Linda, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the analysis videos every single night, apart from Tuesday night, of course, because we go live every Tuesday night. But the analysis videos are something that I'm just going to keep on doing and working my way through all of the requests and suggestions, and it's just going to continue, I guess. It's with all your support, it's going to make everything possible in order to keep on going endlessly every night with an analysis video, because that would be cool to be able to do. The one thing that I am thinking about at the moment, and I was going to mention this over on Patreon, is that YouTube, I think, since the beginning of the year, have started to prefer videos that have a lot of adverts on them. Obviously, because YouTube is a business and they want to make as much money as possible, they're starting to, I think, promote a lot of videos because of the amount of adverts on there. And with my videos, I just leave it on, well, first of all, the adverts aren't chosen by me, they're for everybody that watches. If you check out sites or something on YouTube that is to do with a particular product, then you will probably see an advert for that product, because that's how it works. So that's just one thing to throw out there, that I don't control the adverts, and the revenue from the adverts go to the copyright holders of the music that I'm playing in the videos. And this is the thing about the analysis videos: if there are adverts, it's going to the copyright holders, and that's how it works. But in order for the copyright holders and YouTube to make more money, they want people to put more adverts on their videos. So I don't know what to do in this situation. I'm going to probably ask you guys for your advice in the live streams, but also over on Patreon, because there might be a way that I can work more adverts into it, or that you can skip through adverts. I just know that I don't want my videos to be endless adverts, and that's why I only allow one at the beginning, unless the copyright holders put more adverts on themselves, in which case I can't control that. But if I can control it, I try and reduce it as much as possible. But there might be something that I can do, maybe for 5 videos or something, put adverts on it and see how YouTube reacts to that, and whether the channel gets promoted or not. I don't know. We will see. But anyway, that's something for another time, because this is live stream Tuesday tonight. We have had another donation, and the message is, first of all, it was Kim C who has donated $5. So thank you for that, Kim. And the message is, I especially like your hair in that last video. So thank you for that, Kim. And there's a winky face and a smiley face with that message. With that last video, I think my fringe had gone a little bit longer, so it just covers my eyes. Sometimes it does that, and then I get a haircut and it goes back to normal, or at least what I class as normal, and we're talking about hair again. So let's move on. But thank you so much, Kim, for that donation. We're going to be starting to look at the next video, and this is going to be my cover of Behind Blue Eyes, and this was suggested or requested again by Sandra over on Patreon. So thank you so much, you guys, for answering the requests that I put on there before the live stream. We're going to be getting into this. I did put a little bit of a guitar solo in instead of the bridge or the middle eight, and hopefully if you guys saw my video on James Brown, you now understand what a bridge or a middle eight is, just a separate part of the song in order to make it sound more interesting and take it musically to a different place other than the verse and the chorus. But we will be getting into that cover soon. I just want to take a look at this live chat and the super chat because something's just popped up. Lucy, Texas gal. Lucy, hello. Thank you so much for a $14.99 donation. Again, getting involved in this super chat window. The message is, what was the most difficult cover song that you did? Sorry, but I don't recall if this question was asked before. My Teflon-coated brain, nothing sticks to it. So, no problem, Lucy. The hardest cover that I've done, I'm not really sure. I think maybe technically Eruption by Van Halen, but that's something that I already knew how to play for the most part, so it didn't take too long just to update kind of how it went. I'm trying to think now of all the covers that I've done. Probably vocally was Lay It on the Line, because that is such a difficult song to sing full stop. Even if you're changing keys and singing in your range, it spans such a wide range that it was definitely a challenge for me, but it was always going to be difficult taking on Triumph, but hopefully it was okay if you guys have seen that. But if not, then you can check out the covers on this channel. But that was probably one of those. Even talking about Dokken and George Lynch, because his guitar solos are manic as well to try and get down. But most of the time, a lot of the hard rock and 80s techniques are within the style that I play anyway, so I can kind of get away with it. If there's tapping in there and a little bit of fast stuff and alternate picking, then that's more down the avenue that I go. But thank you so much for that donation, Lucy. And Laurie has donated $20.20. Again, thank you, Laurie. The message is from your Laurie's fan club. I think there are 3 of us in here now. So yes, the Lauries are taking over the chat room, so look out for them. Hopefully the Laurie who will be keeping everything in check is the moderator who is first in the live stream tonight. So hello moderators, by the way. Thank you guys so much for keeping everything in order in that live chat room. But thank you for that donation, Laurie. And DM has donated $1.99 again. And the message is props to Gary Sinise, aka Lieutenant Dan Band. Very great chap. And that is something that I took a little bit of time to read out. The problem is that I've made the window a little bit too small, so hopefully that says what it just said. But thank you, DM, again for that donation, $1.99. And thank you for the donation underneath that. Luan has just donated $5 as well. And the message is for fabulous hair and a smiley face. I'm going to have to make this window a little bit bigger. I will play the next video and then I'll have to make this bigger so that I can read whatever is going on. And we've had another donation underneath that. And this is 20 Norwegian kroner, is that correct? Hopefully. And the message is hello from Norway. So it was from Norway. And thank you so much for that message. I think I'll make this window a little bit bigger. And also when things are made smaller in terms of the whole words, I think because when there's numbers and when you text and you make words shorter, it's going to be smaller on my screen. So I will make this bigger. In the meantime, we're going to watch my cover of Behind Blue Eyes. It took me a little bit of a while to get here, but thank you, Sandra, for suggesting this. As always, I'm going to be in the comments section. I hope you guys enjoy this, and look out for the solo, which is in place of that bridge or middle eight. And I won't go through the whole bridge middle eight thing again. Just quickly, we've had another donation, and Your Soul Knows has donated $25. Thank you so much for that. The message is hello from Western Canada with a smiley face. Thank you for your hard work, and no problem. Thank you for tuning in tonight and for your donation. We're going to be jumping into this cover video, and then we'll be back after this. I'll be in the chat room as always. Rock. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. No one knows what it's like to be hated, to be fated, to telling only lies. But my dreams, they aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance, it's never free. What it's like to feel these feelings like I do, and I blame you. No one bites back as hard on their anger. None of my pain and woe can show through. But my dreams, they aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance, it's never free. Hello, Phil here. Thank you so much for watching my cover of Behind Blue Eyes by The Who. I hope you enjoyed it. The names that you can see going up the screen here are the names of my patrons, who I'd like to say a massive thank you to for their support and for making videos like this possible, and for making all my videos possible on YouTube. So thank you guys, your support is massively appreciated. If you want to join me and the gang over on Patreon, head to the link below, the little square link, click on that and that will take you through to the site. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Rock! And there we have it, that was my cover and a classic Who track. And who track? The Who? The Who, nobody knows. That has got to be probably the oldest joke ever. But anyway, that was my cover of The Who's Behind Blue Eyes. And during that video, I made the mistake of realizing that on the screen in front of me I could see the bottom of the super chat window, which was getting cut off, and I was using the Safari browser and I could see it, but then the Google Chrome browser, it cut off the bottom. So then I thought, well, maybe it's not a YouTube thing, it's a browser thing. So then I started opening Windows and everything got confusing, and hopefully it's all okay, but I haven't actually managed to zoom in on what I was going to zoom in on. But anyway, hopefully now on the screen you will be able to see the bottom of the super chat window, which I can see in front of me is Lisa's donation, and it looks like it's all working now. So for future reference in my brain, I'm gonna have to remember to use a different browser, and then we can see all of those comments and all of these super chat donation window comments underneath as well. So anyway, getting into that window, because we did have a few donations. Robert has donated $2. Thank you for that, Robert, and that was a straight up donation. And Empress Mermaid has donated again, and this is $5.07. And the message is, loved the James Brown videos. I think that's the closest I've ever seen you come to dancing along. Hard to sit still when James Brown plays, or JB plays. But yes, it is difficult for all of the reasons that I explained with the drum beat and playing the guitar. Just all of those offbeat accents that just want to get you moving. It is such an infectious sound, but just James Brown as a performer and as a personality is so infectious that when you watch one of his performances, you just can't help but get into it, even though it's like 30 or 40 years later, it is still spellbinding. So what an amazing performer, an artist, and hard worker he was, because there's that old saying that hard work will also will always beat talent. Hard work will always beat talent, and James Brown is one of those that had talent and worked so hard. So it's something that you just got to take your hat off to, the hard work, but also the level of talent and being able to control a band. It's something that I do mention in the video about being a great band leader, because it's something that often flies under the radar. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation. And Lisa has donated again, and the message is, it's a $5 donation. Thank you for that, Lisa. The message is, if you ever get the time, I Am Ozzy was my favourite rock bio. It is hysterical. So thank you for that, Lisa. And I will maybe get the time at some point. I don't know where I'll find the time at the moment, but it might be one of those things that while I'm doing other things, I can be listening to it. They do these audio books that you can listen to, and they must do biography versions of that, but I'm sure that is a hysterical story about some of the things that happened. And I have mentioned about when I featured Ozzy in the past on analysis videos, and Sharon Osbourne as well, and how switched on Sharon is and was with the industry. I'm not sure really that Ozzy knows a lot about the business side of music, so it was a perfect partnership for him with Sharon, because she just knows everything inside out. But anyway, we won't get into all of that now, but thank you so much, Lisa, for that donation. We've had another donation from Lucy again, and it's $24.99. Thank you so much for that, Lucy. The message is, for the Cross the Pond tour, perhaps we Texans can get you here for rodeo season sometime. It's starting here in Houston in a few weeks. Lots of different music and stuff going on. Yeehaw! So thank you for that, Lucy. I think I will definitely only be watching the rodeo and not getting involved myself, because it looks all a bit dangerous to me. We have a guy in this country who's a presenter. He's called Bradley Walsh, and he went over to the USA and was just doing a documentary type thing. It's more like just a real life holiday with his son, and he did a rodeo and he got thrown off it and broke 3 bones in his back. And fortunately, it was just something that healed by itself and it wasn't really serious. But taking from that and watching that experience, I think I'll just stick to watching the rodeo rather than getting involved myself, because I just think I'll land on my arm or my hand and break it and something really bad will happen. So certainly for braver people than me, the rodeos. And thank you, Lucy, for the idea, but we will see. I'm fine with watching. That would be great, and then other people can do it and I'll just cheer. But thank you for that donation, Lucy. And Batfink has donated. So Batfink Reynolds in the house, who I mentioned earlier, has donated $5. Thank you so much for that. And the message is, Phil, what is that black guitar in the background? Is that a Yamaha or a Dean? It's a good assumption, but it is an Ibanez. So it's one of those that would throw you off because you can't see the headstock and the detail might not be very clear on the live stream. So I understand why you would go for the Dean or Yamaha, but it is an Ibanez. So that's just to throw you off. The guitar next to that is the Fender Strat, which they sent me, so thank you to them. You might be able to see my other Fender Strat on the wall, and then next to that is the acoustic that is just a Tanglewood acoustic. So we've got a few makes going on here, but you can also see a drum kit in the background. I'm sure I'm not going to go through all of the gear. That is something that I do get asked quite a lot about, doing a gear rundown and all of the stuff that I use, and that's on the channel somewhere. So I have already done a video of that. But thank you, Batfink Reynolds, for that donation. And Abby Dubois has donated $20.20. Thank you so much for that, Abby. The message is, thanks for your help getting my kitchen painted today. Many hours of your covers made it easy. And no problem, if I can help you do some painting, then that is great as well. So no problem. Thank you so much for that donation, Abby. And Linda has donated again. Thank you guys so much for all of this in the super chat window, all of this action going on. Linda, $5 again. Thank you, Linda. The message is, if time and money were no object, what person, living or dead, would you choose to be your mentor? This could be a very long answer to this question, but with a mentor, I think it's going to be difficult. I think I would probably say, just to watch him play live, Jimi Hendrix, because he's a guy that I've mentioned on the live stream before about learning to play, listening to his playing and listening to records of his. It would just be cool to get his view on playing, because he had so many different styles of playing and was so influenced by jazz and then brought that into rock, and that's why a lot of his lead lines are so different and why he stood out, at least to me, because of some of the jazz that he'd throw in there and also the expression that he had, and just throwing caution to the wind and not caring if his guitar was out of tune. He'd just rock out, and it's something that I would just like to have seen him play. So I would say that, Jimi Hendrix. But thank you, Linda, for that donation. And Carla has donated $4.99 again. Thank you, Carla. The message is, did you sell many mugs? And I don't know if people have clicked on it in the live stream. If you want to get your hands on a mug, it should be pinned to the top of the comment section. Hopefully, fingers crossed that it is, so you guys can get your hands on a live stream Tuesday mug. I'm not sure if I've sold any tonight or if anybody has clicked on that button. I'll maybe find out afterwards, I don't know. But I know that 15 have been sold on Teespring, because I saw that when I was getting my own mug. So some of you might get yours before I get mine, but we will see. But thank you, Carla, for that message and the donation. So the answer is 15 that I know of so far. But Mark has donated $20. So thank you so much for that, Mark. The message is, I just broke 4 bones skiing. So get well soon, Mark. That sounds painful. I've been skiing a couple of times myself, maybe a few times, I can't remember, but it was when I was a lot younger. I say a lot younger, I think in my late teens, and I didn't have any lessons. I just pointed the skis straight and went, and then I fell over to stop. That was my technique. The only problem with that is when you start going on steep mountains and on black runs, I think they're black runs, my memory isn't particularly good, but I remember it as that, as the one that is quite serious, then you start getting some speed up. And I did one time catch a bit of a jump by accident, and I started to rotate backwards, put my hand down, and fortunately I didn't break anything, but you know, I did hurt my hand, so that was the last time that I went skiing, because I couldn't play the guitar for a while. But Mark, get well soon. And we have had another donation from DM, who has donated $1.99. And the message is, has Vito Bratta been an influence? One of my well, I should just say it in my own accent, Vito Bratta. And it's one of those who I didn't listen a lot to his playing. He does actually get quite a lot of suggestions or requests on the channel. Now and again, the problem is always going to be finding a video on Vito, because there is not a lot on YouTube. So trying to do an analysis video has been really tough, and I'm still waiting for anybody out there. Obviously I've searched myself, but I can't find anything that would be really suitable for an analysis video. But personally, he wasn't one that hugely influenced me. I was more into probably Van Halen, Steve Vai, Satriani as well, and maybe Stevie Ray Vaughan from the blues aspect, and then Gary Moore from the blues as well. So yeah, Vito wasn't one of those guys that I got heavily into, but I have of course checked him out, being into that style of playing. But hopefully I might be able to get him on the channel at some point. It's just finding a video, like I said. But DM, thank you so much for that donation again. And Empress Mermaid has donated $5. Thank you again for that. The message is, rodeo too dangerous. Come to Mardi Gras here in New Orleans instead. Thank you so much for that donation again. And yes, it sounds like a better idea than the rodeo, because yes, as I've already said, it's Mardi Gras sounds like it might be maybe something that's going to be better, but rodeo is one of those things that I don't even know with whether Mardi Gras is going to be one of those things that will be even safer with me as well. I'm always watching things and trying not to fall over and hurt myself, because that's something that if I play a sport, for example, I'm always thinking that I'm going to injure myself. And that was the other thing, that a lot of people message me about Super Bowl and that kind of stuff. I don't really follow that. So whatever happened with the Super Bowl, whoever won, congratulations. And I'm much more into what we call soccer over here. I don't really know how the American football works. Obviously, I'm going off at a tangent here, but thank you, Empress Mermaid, for that donation. And yes, definitely rodeo will be too dangerous. We've had some more donations, and thank you guys so much. JC's Radiant Ray has donated $35. Thank you for that. The message is, am I correct? You lead a band and do the singer-songwriter thing. If so, how do you balance the two? How do you help your students choose which path to concentrate on? So there's a few questions in there. Thank you so much for that donation. The way that I work things is for live, which very rarely does a live gig come up that is going to be a good live gig, because here in the UK it's pay to play, which means you have to buy all of the tickets up front, and then you've got to sell all those tickets, so you have to do all the work yourself, and then the venue take all the money for those tickets. And once you start to sell tickets above however many you've been given, then you make maybe 20% on each ticket, so you end up making no money basically, and putting weeks and weeks of work in trying to sell tickets to people. So here, doing live gigs is pretty much a waste of time. Original gigs I'm talking about here, for original music. Also with the writing and the singing, yes, I sing and play guitar and write, and I do everything. On the album, the drummer in my band and the guy that's played live with me, and he's in a few of these videos that I play on the live stream Tuesdays, he did the drums for the album, and for everything else, I do everything. So I've did everything on that album apart from the drums, but for all the covers that I show here on the channel, I do everything for that. So I found that being in a band, what would happen is we might make a video that would be released once every 3 months, whereas I just want to do stuff all the time. I'm quite a driven person, I think. So when somebody says, oh, I can't do that, or I can't rehearse, or I can't make that gig, or that video that we were going to do tomorrow, I can't do it anymore, it feels like I'm being held back. So that's why I decided just to take everything online, do everything myself, and rather than doing one video every 3 months, I did a video every day for now almost 2 years. So that's just, I'd rather do that many videos, just one a day, and just keep everything moving along, because one video every few months was really killing me in more ways than one, with stress and not. I think I got more stress doing less. When I'm doing a lot, I'm not stressed because I know that I'm doing something, and that's what I want to be doing. So yeah, I just found that doing everything myself was the easiest way for me to work, and going forward it was just a better thing for me mentally and staying sane and doing that and not getting as frustrated as I used to. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation. And Robert has donated $2, and that's a straight up donation. Thank you, Robert, for that. Marge has donated $2, and the message is, have my mug ordered. Good idea, mugs. So thank you for that, Marge, and thank you for ordering the mug and the donation. And we have Osama, who has donated $5 as well. The message is, what is in the water in Britain that there are so many of the best musicians that come from the Isles? So I do not know what's in the water here, but I would say that I do feature a lot of people from the USA, but especially Canada. I think that if there's any place where there's something in the water, it's got to be Canada, because I mentioned Triumph earlier, but Rush as well. There's so many bands that I've featured on this channel that are from Canada, that when you look at it in, well, comparison to the USA with size, the amount of talent that has come out of Canada is just crazy across the board. But I don't know what's in the water here, but I think whatever's in Canada, maybe get a little taster of that, because there seems to be something going on. But thank you so much for that donation. And we've had another donation as well from Jeannie Arm, and it's for $5. Thank you for that. The message is, NOLA is fun, but come to Southern California instead. You can rock out in a nightclub or in a club and watch some faces melt. So thank you for that, Jeannie. Like I said before the video, I haven't managed to maximize the screen because I was trying to get it all to show up on your screen, and it looks like now it's cutting off the bottom of the other window that I've got, but it's fine with what I'm looking at, so I don't know what's going on. But thank you, Jeannie, for that donation. And Lynn has just donated $50. Thank you so much for that, Lynn. The message is, one video a day keeps the blues, the bad kind, away. Thanks. So thank you for that, Lynn, and it certainly does. I think the problem that I have sometimes is when I do a video and it takes a very long time to either upload and then it gets blocked, and then I have to re-edit it and upload it again. And from what can take sometimes between 4 and 6 hours for a normal video, I think one of them has taken 11 hours before, and that's when it starts to get a bit of a pain, because the video might have been finished after 6 hours, and then it's 5 hours of trying to get it on the internet, especially when my internet doesn't work, which is really annoying, because I'm supposed to be having the best internet possible from this provider, and it just drops out sometimes, and then you're waiting for hours just trying to get it on the internet. But anyway, thank you, Lynn, so much for that donation. And we have another donation, and this is from Ian, and this is $114, a crazy donation. Thank you so much for that, Ian. The message is, sorry I am late for getting to 114,000 subs. So thank you so much for that, Ian. And yes, I haven't mentioned it yet on the live stream, but I have just passed on the channel 114,000 subscribers. So thank you everybody in the live chat room and the super chat window, everybody here for liking and subscribing. And if you get a chance to hit that thumbs up, that would be great as well, because I think maybe we might have passed 200 likes already, which is crazy, but if we can add more to that and spike the likes, that would be great. But thank you everybody for liking, subscribing, hitting the little bell notification thing as well. And I think there is something underneath the bell that when you ring it or you click on it, you can choose to get notified for all videos and all the live streams, because I think that's a separate thing you need to click. So even if you have hit the bell, there might be something else that you need to do in order to get every single video and every single live stream, because there have been people who have been here quite a long time that have missed a particular video on an evening and didn't realize that one was released. And I have released a new video every night for I think about 2 years, so there are quite a lot out there, and just make sure that you get all of those notifications. But Ian, thank you so much for that donation. And Ian plays and sings himself, so go out and check his channel if you get a chance, because he's done a cover of Don't Cry and he's just recently released one of his own songs. And thank you for the link to that, Ian, and for the donation. But I'm going to try and figure out during the next video how to get what I can see in front of me, which is all of these super chat donations, on the screen that you guys can see, because on the screen in front of me it's cut off at the bottom, but this one that I'm looking at isn't cut off, so I don't know what's going on. But I'll be in the chat room as always as this video is playing, because this is We Can Fall Down, and it's going to be from my album. I think this is the live version, but that song is on the album, so you guys can check it out over there, which I mentioned before. Just quickly, Ginny B has donated $5. Thank you so much for that. And the message is, I just received my Wings of Pegasus t-shirt. It's perfect. Love you, Phil. So thank you so much for that donation, and I'm glad to hear that the shirt has arrived. I think it's probably over in the USA that it takes maybe a couple of weeks or a few weeks to get over there, but hopefully it didn't take too long. But thank you so much for that donation. I'm going to be getting into this video now, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. Like I said, it's going to be We Can Fall Down, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Gotta
And there we have it. That was my song called We Can Fall Down. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And you might have seen in the super chat window things moving around a little bit because I was trying to do everything behind the scenes again while that video is being played. And hopefully we can see it on screen because James has donated $20 and the message is keep rockin' Phil. So thank you for that, James. And I think it's showing up on the screen, so it's all good. We're finally there. And what I did was zoom out, not that you're interested in this, but I zoomed out of the browser window and it then readjusted and we can see the bottom of that super chat window, which is great because obviously we want to see the donations, all the people's messages in there as well. So thank you everybody who has donated in that super chat window. I'm hoping that what I'm seeing is what you're seeing and it seems like it is working, but it looks like with the live chat room, because I changed the size of everything, it's now made it a little bit off. So I'm adjusting this live and now it's too small, so let's make it a little bit bigger so that it's neat in the live chat room. There we go. So that was some live adjustment. You've never seen that before on the live stream Tuesday show, but it gives you a little insight into what I'm doing all the time, trying to get everything on screen to look neat and everything to work. It is a bit tricky, but fingers crossed it's still going to be okay. And we have gone over the hour for the live stream, so I'm going to have to call it a day pretty soon. But we've got one more video to play through, and this was requested by Lisa over on Patreon. Again, thank you guys for suggesting videos for me to play on the live stream. But also, I just want to mention that Neil did an article on people on the internet who discuss music or teach about music, and he mentioned me on one of his articles. So thank you so much for that, Neil. And it was called Music Explainers, the Nicest People on the Internet. And I think it was Just Average Incorporated, or Inc. is the site that it was from. So thank you, Neil, for doing that article and for mentioning me in amongst those other sites as well, because it is massively appreciated. And I'll maybe put that on Patreon so you guys can see the article, because it's cool to have a little read through. But we have had a little bit of action in the super chat window, and hopefully you guys can see it all on screen now. It has been a $24.99 donation from Shirley. Thank you so much for that, Shirley. The message is, thanks for the funk demo. How will Lee plays that amazing background? Yes, I just read that in the most crazy way, because I read how will as a question. How will somebody play? But it was Will Lee who was playing bass in the band, and that was so crazy. I have got a sub here, so it's something that I can turn up the bass and really get an appreciation for some of the bass playing going on. If you're listening to it maybe on a phone, you won't get to hear the bass as clearly, but some of the stuff that Will was laying down in all of those performances was so cool. So yes, Will Lee, what a player. But having all of that background, I always say the foundation of all of the performances live are that rhythm section of drums and bass, and it certainly was on that night. But thank you, Shirley, so much for that donation. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Let's have a little look at the comment section and the chat room. We've got Renee and Rose and Rebel Rocker in there, Lisa and Pam's in the house as well, and Lynn and Myra and Mel and DM again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and Carla is in there. The moderators, Laurie is still in the house moderating as well, and it looks like we're at 269 likes. So thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, but also for hitting that thumbs up, and let's try and spike the likes if we can. For the very last part of the live stream, it's 1:10 in the morning here, so we're going to be calling it a day or a night very soon, depending on where you are. We're going to play this final video. If you get a chance to hit that thumbs up, I'm not sure that we'll be able to find 29 whole people to hit that like button before the end, but I don't know. We will see. So maybe if we can get up to 300, I'm not sure. We're looking for 27 people now, I think. Maybe. We will see. But thank you everybody for tuning in and for requesting these videos. Like I said, Lisa requested this one over on Patreon. It's going to be my live version of Hero. I hope you guys enjoy this one. I'm going to be in the chat room, but if we can spike the likes, that would be fantastic. And if you want to get yourselves a Spike the Likes mug, you can do. It should be in the tray underneath this video, but also pinned to the top of the chat room, the top of that whole comment section. Hopefully you guys can see that on your screens, but let's get into this. It is my song called Hero. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys after this. If you can hit that thumbs up, that would be amazing, and we'll see where we are with the likes after this video to see whether we can break 300 or not. But I'll see you guys after this. Rock. And there we have it. That was my song called Hero, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was the live version of that. Just as I speak, I see this very bright red or pink light that goes through, and it's JC's Radiant Ray again, who has donated $50. Thank you so much for that. A crazy donation again. The message is best wishes always. Bye. So, goodbye. Thank you so much, JC's Radiant Ray, for that donation and for joining me tonight. And thank you everybody for joining me tonight on this live stream. I'm not sure whether we've managed to get to 300 likes. It seems like we're at 298, so we are pretty close. We're only looking for 2 more people, maybe 1 more person, to hit that thumbs up to see who will be number 300 in this live stream. Who will it be? If there is anybody who hasn't hit that like button yet, if you could do, it would be massively appreciated. And thank you so much, everybody, for your support in this live chat room, the whole live stream tonight in the super chat window as well. And it looks like we've just hit 300 likes and 301, so we got an extra one in there for good luck. So thank you guys. 303 now, so they're all rolling in. Thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up, and just says 305, which is great. And I've just noticed that I can see what's going on with the likes on the top part of the screen. I never noticed that. You didn't used to be on the old version. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for letting me know, because everyone's telling me 305, 306. Thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. We did have a final spike of the likes. And we've had another donation as well. Batfink Reynolds, again, thank you for that $5 donation. The message is Scott Gorham needs his melodic playing analysing. Could you do Still in Love with You from Live and Dangerous? So thank you for that donation and for the suggestion. As always, that will be noted and put on the list for the future analysis videos. So thank you everybody for your donations tonight, and hopefully this is the third week that I've used this new YouTube studio program, and we're kind of getting there, because hopefully now in the future I'll be able to organize it so that in the super chat window we can see that most recent donation. So hopefully on the screen it's working for you guys, and you can see the thing at the top of the comment section to get your mugs if you want to get those. And thank you everybody for your support here on the live streams, because it does make so much of a difference having you guys here to be able to talk to. Just to have somebody to talk to on the live streams is great, but also all of the super chat donations and these people at the bottom of the screen who make everything possible day in, day out on the channel, because without them I wouldn't be doing the analysis videos every night. So thank you guys. You know who you are. As I always say, you're in the super chat donation window a lot as well, so I really do appreciate that. And if you want to get involved yourself, you can head over to patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. It should have a link, and there it is. You can head over there, and then you can get your name at the bottom of the screen, because those are the names of my patrons that run all the way through this live stream, and they do make the live stream possible. So it's all because of these guys at the bottom of the screen. And also the super chat donations really do help to keep everything motoring along. And it seems like, fingers crossed, this live stream has been pretty good, apart from me messing around with Windows and trying to get it to work. But we just improve every time, so that next week it'll be a little bit smoother with the whole running of the live stream. But it's been okay tonight, so thank you everyone for your requests. Now we're drawing this whole live stream to a close, and this is where I've got to figure out how to end the show smoothly. It's something that I did quite well maybe last week, but we will see. 2 weeks ago I ended the show, and then I was just back on the screen again after the black screen, so we will see what happens. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. And we haven't had Mario tonight, I don't think. I haven't seen anyone saying hello to Mario. So if Mario watches this on catch up, hello Mario. And maybe you guys can say hello to Mario when he watches this on catch up. If anybody else is watching this in the future, then you can still hit that thumbs up button. It still helps this video to get out there and helps to promote the channel, and for the channel to get out there as well. And just so you guys know, if you're watching this in the future and you're trying to comment on the live chat, you won't be able to, because this is now 1:20 in the morning, and that's Greenwich Mean Time. So you guys will be able to figure it out with your own time zones. Obviously everybody's different, but if it's not that time where you are, then it's not live. Because I do have a lot of comments of people who try and ask how to see their comment on the screen, but you have to be here live in order to do that. And I do always make an event, usually a day before, sometimes a little bit earlier than that. And to get notified for the live stream Tuesdays, you need to hit the bell notification icon and also select underneath that to be notified for every video and every live stream, and then you'll get a notification when the live stream's going, and then you will be able to comment and do everything live. So just to clear that up for the future. But thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in. I'm going to call it a night now. Thank you everybody for the donations tonight, and you guys at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to be here tomorrow night for the analysis video. I'm always in the comment section of those analysis videos, and I will be live here the same time, the same place next week for live stream Tuesday, hopefully, fingers crossed, with a live stream Tuesday mug that I can show you guys on screen. And like I said, if anybody receives their mug before me, take a picture of it or something like that and send it to me on Patreon if you are there, or message me on YouTube. That would be great to get a little look at the merchandise at the earliest available opportunity. But thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in tonight, and I'll see you at the next analysis video, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll see you the same time, same place, if you can make it, because I'll be there for live stream Tuesday next week. So thank you guys. I'll catch you guys later. Rock!